This year DJI surprised all of us with 3 major camera releases, and 2 of them were flagships, the Osmo 360 and now the brand new DJI Action 6. And here comes the big question I kept receiving over and over again. Since both cameras share exactly the same 1/1.1 inch sensor, does that mean that if you already own the Osmo 360, you don't need the Action 6 anymore? Because theoretically, the single lens mode on the Osmo 360 should be able to deliver the same results. As it turned out, the results were not what I expected. In today's side-by-side comparison, we will break down everything: low light, color science, stabilization, sound, transitions from sunrise to sunset, and overall usability to see whether the Action 6 actually brings something new to the table or if the Osmo 360 remains unbeatable. So let's get into it. First of all, we need to talk about aperture, because this year DJI finally introduced something important on the Action line. The new Action 6 now comes with a flexible aperture ranging from f2 to f4, and in low light it opens up to f2, which on the paper is the best among all Action cameras right now. But Osmo 360 actually goes even lower, with f1.9 aperture, allowing more than 10% more light to enter the camera. That's a noticeable difference, and something that definitely matters when it gets dark. Another thing I absolutely love about the Osmo 360 is the built-in memory. You get 105 GB directly inside the camera. That is honestly awesome, especially if you forget SD card. Meanwhile, the Action 6 has 64 GB of internal storage, also very usable, but definitely less than what you get on the Osmo 360. On the other hand, Action 6 allows to film in 4K up to 120 FPS, which is awesome for the slow motion footage, while Osmo 360 in single lens allows to film in 4K up to 60 FPS. But the trickiest point is that Osmo 360 can film in 5.7K up to 60 FPS. And this is advantage over Action 6, especially for those who never looked into slow motion, but more interesting in the higher resolution. And now let's jump into the low light comparison, because this is where the things got interesting. I set both cameras to D-Lock M in 10-bit, using all automatic default configurations at 4K 30 frames per second. When you look at the image side by side, the details and colors are extremely similar. You might even say almost identical. But if you look closer at areas near street lights, you will start noticing something happening on the Action 6. There is a small amount of flickering. This was the exact same issue I mentioned in my previous episode, where I compared it with the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. For some reason, the Action 6 still shows this flicker in certain lighting conditions. The Osmo 360, on the other hand, does not have flicker in this scene, but it introduces more jittering. The stabilization on Action 6 seems to smooth out micro movements slightly better, so the video looks a bit more stable, while the Osmo 360 has a more natural but slightly more jittery motion. When I compared recovered colors, the results again looked extremely similar. Honestly, if someone showed me the footage without labels, I would have a hard time guessing which camera was which. Then I enabled SuperNight mode on both cameras. Surprisingly, the Osmo 360 delivered a sharper image that genuinely surprised me, because I expected the Action 6 to take the lead here, especially with its new aperture system. But the Osmo 360 clearly produced a crisper low-light result. When the sun appeared on the horizon and we transitioned into that beautiful early morning light, the colors on both cameras exploded in a very similar way. Again, both were set to D-Lock M. I double-checked the footage on the edges, the grass, the shadows, and around the rocks, and the transitions in the sky. Everything was so close that most people wouldn't be able to tell them apart. In normal 10-bit mode, the flickering became visible on both cameras, although slightly more noticeable on the Action 6. But overall, the two looked almost identical. Take a look at this road, full of gravel and small rocks. Here again, both cameras produced extremely similar color tones. The Osmo 360 was a little bit brighter, but with more jitter. The Action 6 was a bit darker, but more stable. If I removed the labels completely, I don't think most viewers would correctly guess which camera was which. Now, let's talk about audio. I noticed the Action 6 is louder overall, but the wind cancellation is significantly better on the Osmo 360. Just listen to the clips and you will hear the differences immediately. And let's do a very quick sound check between Osmo Action 6 and Osmo 360. I'm walking on the gravel and we have some noise in here a little bit, but there was almost no wind to purchase cheaper due to Black Friday deals Osmo 360 camera, because you got both N360 and single lens camera. So guys, what do you think? Let me know. The Osmo 360 suppresses wind in a much more natural and controlled way, whereas the Action 6 lets more wind through, but captures stronger volume when conditions are calm. Then we reached a very interesting moment, when the sun became extremely bright. And just look at how the sun appears on both cameras. On the Osmo 360, the sun looks noticeably brighter and almost too bright at times. On the Action 6, the sun is controlled a bit better with slightly less blooming. The Action 6 also seems to have a tiny bit less noise in these harsh highlights, although the differences is minimal and not something most viewers would see unless comparing them side by side on a large screen. But the bright sun area is definitely overexposed on Osmo 360. During the golden hour before sunset, the colors again matched extremely closely, but I noticed more lens flares on the Action 6. The Osmo 360 controlled flares better, producing a slightly cleaner image when bright light sources were entering the frame. This was very interesting, because Osmo 360 is the one with spherical lenses, and it's supposed to have more flares. After sunset, the Action 6 looks slightly more stable again. Details on the sea, on the water surface, and in the grass looked a bit more natural on the Action 6. This may be due to the lens design on the new processing pipeline, but the differences were small, so we really have to pay attention. I also recorded a self-video clip, and here I actually prefer the Osmo 360. Look carefully at the noise around the forehead. On the Action 6, the Osmo 360 looks cleaner, producing a smoother and more flattering image in the shadows of my face. For vlogging, I would pick the Osmo 360 in this scenario overall. So here is my honest verdict. If you already own the Osmo 360 and you mostly use your camera for vlogging, talking head shots, travel clips, walking around the city, or general daily moments without extreme sports, then I genuinely don't think you need the Action 6. The colors, the details, and the overall footage look incredibly similar. The Action 6 might be useful only if you are worried about cracking the lenses, or you plan to use the camera underwater, or in situations where the Osmo 360 form factors is not ideal. But for everyday filming, especially for people who prioritize image quality, the Osmo 360 already gives you everything the Action 6 can offer, and sometimes even more, because of this is 360 camera. And let's not to forget the current price of the Osmo 360, which makes it extremely compelling right now. With the built-in memory, better wind cancellation, cleaner low-light phase exposure, and almost identical overall video quality, I would personally choose the Osmo 360 over the Action 6 in most scenarios. But that's my experience, and what do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts after seeing side-by-side footage. And if you enjoyed this comparison, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.